Ladies and gentlemen, today I'll be talking over art that I made myself because right now I'm not really at a good place to pretty much do a full-fledged look at me video because honestly I feel like right now not good time, not good place. I'm at a motel. I maybe become homeless. So yeah, but now, before I start the video, like the overarching thing, let me tell you why I pretty much chose to make this video, or watch One Piece in that matter. Well, it all began when a person said, well, I'm not going to be able to watch the entirety of One Piece in pretty much throughout my whole life, because I always had this thing where I'd give up on shows that I lost interest in. One being Dexter Original Sin, which I freaking hate because after I lost pretty much interest in that show, even though Dexter is one of my favorite shows and I freaking loved Dexter Resurrection, but yeah. After they said that, I took that as a personal challenge to pretty much say fuck it and watch the entirety of One Piece. But yeah, so what I'll be doing is I'll be talking about the episodes like as a whole and the characters, what is my favorite characters, and what I thought of the story, and my overall review. Those 5 things. Our first is the episodes. Now, I will not tell you what I thought about every individual episode, just the overall vibe I get from the episodes and how I loved about all the episodes. And I will pretty much combine them together, all my thoughts, and pretty much give you an overall review on the episodes themselves. The episodes were honestly weirdly interesting. I freaking loved it. It was like very energetic. It felt like it was made for people with ADHD. It felt like a great, like it felt like it had brightness inside of it. Like it was such a bright show. All the episodes were very bright, very happy, outgoing. But when they needed something, like when they needed it to be serious, it'd get dark, man. It would get freaking dark. It would like get so freaking dark, it would make me cry. And some of them did make me cry. Like the death of the dragon and how Luffy or Nami had to explain that the dragon was just going to his own grave, and that Dragon Island was actually a graveyard. And the episodes really got funny when it needs to be, like freaking when Luffy pretty much grabbed Zoro while he was trying to fight the Sika Sika. Sika Sika. Sika Sika. Sika Sika. But when Luffy grabbed Zoro, and you could just like look in the background and see fucking Usopp putting his hands together and praying for Zuko's survival. It was hilarious. It was fun. I freaking loved that part. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the episodes. Again, awesome episodes. Overall, like, it was awesome. But sometimes they could get a little iffy. Like, they could get a little too fast-paced for my liking. And of course, I didn't really like how there were like so many episodes in just one saga, but it's still understandable because it is worth watching all those. And honestly, I don't know how they're going to jam all those into one season of a live action. Alright, let me just get this out of the way. The characters here are the most creative and most different characters I've seen in a hot minute. Like, even though this came out in like 1999, I'm still like, if only we had unique characters like these people in, like, if only we had the uniqueness of all these characters in this time, we would like have so many interesting plots and freaking movies and shows. It would just be freaking awesome. Honestly, the characters and their arcs are awesome. They are so freaking funny. I freaking love all the serious ones because they seem a lot more but they are also different. And I love how they put like the heart, the soul, everything in this movie. Like this freaking characters, like these characters in general. I am stuttering here because the characters are so good. They are so magical. Some of them would get honestly annoying. They would get very freaking annoying. Sometimes I do not like that. I do not like how most of them pretty much goes what for a long time, but I adjusted to it. And some characters I honestly wish I could see more in this show, like the pink-haired kid. I'd love to see more of him, but he is just not in this as much as I've hoped, and it really seems like I probably won't see him for a long hot minute. I honestly love the villains too. Like, to me, the villains are awesome. I like the axe hand guy. He was pretty freaking cool. And it was overall just awesome. They are just awesome. I love the characters. Again, sometimes they could get very fucking annoying. My favorite was Kuro because of his overall elegance and how he was portrayed. He was like a great villain, and I honestly will praise him and the voice actor for both the dub and the Japanese versions, because the performance in both are just it's just awesome. I like the dubbing a little bit more because I'm used to of the English language because, well, I live in America. But yeah, my honest favorite characters goes by this. Number 1 is Smoker. I love how passionate he is to hunting down Luffy or defeating Luffy. And I love how he is also very sweet and kind-hearted. And I just freaking love the scene where he just says his pants ate a little girl's ice cream. It was pretty funny. And I love how he is also a pretty great freaking leader. Like, he is a really cool leader. And like seeing his like what inspired him, and he was just overall a pretty cool character that honestly is very awesome. Number 2 would be Buggy, because Buggy, it's just Buggy. Like, he is hilarious. He is funny. I like this guy. This guy is awesome. I freaking love him. He is like a fucking awesome guy. I would love for him, like, if I ever was dropped into the One Piece universe, he would be the guy I'd go to first, because he would be my captain. I would love him to be my captain. But third is Usopp, because I could relate to Usopp a lot. I honestly lie on the daily. I lie a lot. I am like fucking Pinocchio, but worse. I'm like fucking Usopp here. And honestly, Usopp's traumatic childhood and the fact that he gets like a whole village to chase after him is just pretty cool. And again, I could relate to this because I used to make people chase me when I was a little bit younger. And the fact that the village folk starts worrying about him immediately when they don't hear him around, it would just, oh my god, they actually do care about him, and just it is just awesome. It is very cool. He is one of my favorite characters because of that, and honestly, I love him as a whole. His village is awesome, and just telling this rich girl all of his stories just to make her happy because she was probably going to die. And yeah, like, he was just a really great character. But my fourth has to be Nami, because she is what I would be in the One Piece universe. She be a greedy ass bitch. And honestly, if I was dropped into the One Piece universe and I knew like there was a bunch of treasure and idiots that's willing to believe whatever word I say, I'd be greedy too. I'd be freaking scamming everybody. I wouldn't be good, but I'd be doing that. I'd even steal from my own like crew or captain. I'd be like fucking Jack Sparrow and take a lot and split it unevenly. Oh god. But my fifth one is Zoro, because he's kind of like Smoker, and he's like the closest to Smoker, but he's also very cool. He has his own personality too, and he is just an overall cool swordsman. Number 6 is Sanji, because honestly, Sanji, he is a pervert done right, because like there's many anime perverts, but and overall I hate the perverts in most, well, probably all anime. But when it comes to Sanji, he's special. I don't hate him. He is funny whenever he does it. It's hilarious. I laugh at that. I don't like laugh at it like when other animes do it, but when Sanji does it, it's just different. It's different. I don't know what it is, but it is different. But yeah, like, it's just different in my opinion. But the thing I love about him is the fact that he is holding on to this childhood dream of his for a long time, and it's just like he would not give up on finding the all blue. And honestly, it's just one of those classics. Follow your dreams. Now, my 7th favorite is probably Kuro. Like, he's obviously like a really cool character to me. Like, he's really freaking cool. I love him, but there are just better characters than him. Like, he is an awesome character, but there are still better characters, like the ones I presented at like the first 6 of them. 8 has to go to Luffy, because like, honestly, he's a awesome character. I love him, but he's just not my favorite. Like, he's just not my main. I don't really care much for him, but maybe that'll change in like the future sagas. Like, once I'm done with the Alabasta stuff, I will pretty much we'll see if Luffy's my favorite. Like, to me, he's just an ADHD kid. He is just like typical protagonist, never give up. 9 has to be... Honestly, this is hard. This is really hard. Very freaking hard. Honestly, it has to go... Oh god, this is really freaking hard. 8 has to go to somebody I don't really care about, but still pretty cool in my opinion. And I gotta do it within like the East Blue saga. Probably the head chef from the restaurant Sanji worked at. Like, because like honestly there was like it honestly I loved them equally, but it's hard to say that some of them are my favorite. Like, it's very hard to pick from the East Blue saga because honestly there's not much. 9th place would go to Axe Hand because, well, he's just a typical cool ass villain. Like, I actually pretty liked him. And finally, my favorite, well, 10th favorite, last place, it has to go to the girl that Usopp was talking with and that gave them the merry-go-round, because honestly, didn't know her that, like, I knew her, like, we knew her a lot, but didn't really freaking care for her. Loved how she pretty much boosted Usopp, but didn't really care for her. Fuck, I forgot red-haired Shanks. Okay, red-haired Shanks, if I included him, honestly would be probably about 8. Yeah, 8. Honestly, we don't know him that much. And it's an honor mention to Gold Roger. He is a pretty cool character. I just don't know him that well to pretty much give an overall review on him. But anyways, time for the story. What can I say about the story that won't piss off fans? It was okay. It was pretty good. I really liked all the arcs, all the stories. It was actually pretty nice to me. I honestly high praise the story and the writing in this show. It is all awesome. I love how the story is and how it's progressing. At the time, I'm almost done with the Alabasta. I'm on the 100th episode of the whole series. And honestly, the story itself, I freaking love it, but it's not one of those typical plots, but it's still a really decent story. I really liked it. It wasn't too hard, and I loved the story. It was pretty good. The story was just pretty good, and yeah. That's what I got for the story. Now, I think that's all I got for the story. It's just pretty good. It's just nice. It's nothing special. But my overall review, what I think about it as a show itself. Honestly, it does deserve the title Best Anime, probably over the first 2 decades. Wait, was it really 2 decades? Or was it just like 10 years? How long has One Piece been? Alright, there's 1999. Yeah, it's probably has been like 2 or 3 decades since it came out. Wait, maybe is decades like 10 years? I know that it's been a little over 20 years since it first released. And honestly, it's been great. It's been awesome. The story has progressed and everything in it. And the fan base is still strong as hell. It's still like freaking strong. And it came out like 1999. Like shows during then was probably dropped, done with, gone. And people lost interest of it. And even then when they were still being made, when the other shows like Simpsons or Family Guy was still being made, to this day, people still lost interest in those, and they still, like, people still like them, but they lost interest after the first other seasons. But no, One Piece stayed strong. One Piece is still one of the greatest animes of all time, and it's still going on. Like, that is a feat no anime could ever reach. Like, honestly, the only thing closest to that was My Hero Academia, and even that ended recently. And honestly, it doesn't seem like they are going to end it anytime soon. Probably next year. More like, honestly, I think they're just going to end it like in 2028. But yeah, overall, I think it's a very strong, a very supportive, like, whole thing. And yeah, my overall review is that it's pretty damn good, and I give it a 10.5 out of 20. Now, I would like to actually talk about the fandom, because honestly, like, I only interacted with like a big, like a fair chunk of the One Piece fandom, and they've been nothing but nice. Like, yeah, sure, there are weirdos, but what anime freaking fandom, or any fandom at that, doesn't have weirdos in it? Like, there was a lot praising Nami when she was like in her teens at the start of the anime, and I'm just like, dude, you're fucking weird. But yeah, the fandom is actually a pretty cool bunch. I really love hanging out with them. But yeah, those are my thoughts about the anime. If you disagree, that's okay. If you agree with me, that's also okay. If you just have your own opinions, that's all okay. Just as long as you just don't say that people don't like this, because people honestly do like it. But yeah, that's been my review. You've probably never been waiting for this, because like, I'm not that big. But yeah, it took a long time to do this video. I hope you like it, because I poured my heart and soul into this. I'm pouring my heart and soul into the drawing I'm making. And I just care about this channel completely. Love you all. Whoever's watching this, comment down below if you're watching. Love you, man. Thank you for watching. And I'm just going to drag this out for a while. Alright, bye.
Pavement. Would you like that I suffer from this? Or could I just survive in the abyss? Hold on to me, baby, won't you come a little closer? Will I live for now? I wrote down what you said to me, baby, but I can't